Hello Lakers fan, if you are one of those who are always up to date with the news about our Lakers, then you need to stay tuned to what is coming up on our Lakers news channel. I am preparing exclusive coverage on the possible signings of LAKERS, and what I can tell you is that rumors are catching fire on social media, and if you don't want to miss any information, stay tuned. We have exclusive news every day. If you are a true Lakers and don't want to be left out of the news, be sure to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Let's go to the video.
Luca Donic transforms his body for a fresh start with the Lakers. When the Dallas Mavericks made the stunning decision to trade Luca Donic to the Los Angeles Lakers, one of the underlying concerns wasn't about his talent, but about his conditioning. Despite leading the Mavericks to the NBA Finals, there were growing frustrations within the organization over his physical shape and whether his body could hold up over the long haul. Apparently, Luca heard all the noise and took it personally. This off-season, he's undergone a dramatic physical transformation. Visibly leaner and more agile than he's ever looked, Donic didn't just trim weight, he turned the page. And according to him, this wasn't just about fitness. It was about resetting everything. Currently on a promotional tour with Jordan Brand, Luca's first stop was in New York City, where he took in a Yankees game and met fellow Jordan athlete Aaron Judge. During the broadcast with Michael Kay and David Cohn on Yes Network, he opened up about his mindset going into the summer. "I just felt like I needed a fresh start after everything that happened," Luca said candidly. "Obviously, I had more time than last year, so I took a month off from basketball and focused on other things. It turned out to be a really healthy, refreshing restart for me." After the trade, Donic was open about how difficult it was to leave Dallas, a place he believed he'd call home for his entire career. But since arriving in Los Angeles, something's shifted. He's fully embraced the Lakers, not just as a new team, but as his team. The commitment is visible, in his mindset, his words, and now his body. Head coach J.J. Redick has emphasized elite conditioning as a pillar of the team's identity going forward, especially after the Lakers' early playoff exit. Donic isn't just meeting that standard, he's setting it. And that should terrify the rest of the league. Because Luca Donic, already one of the most gifted and dominant players in the NBA, is coming back leaner, quicker, and hungrier. If he can add even more stamina and durability to his already unstoppable game, the ceiling gets even higher, and the Lakers' championship hopes get very real. Luca knows the work isn't done. Reaching this level of shape is just the beginning for Donic. He's aware that staying in peak condition is what will define this new chapter, not just the transformation itself. One good summer doesn't make a legacy, but it can spark one. "I know I've got to keep going," Luca said. "Getting in shape is one thing. Staying there is what really matters. I don't want this off-season to be wasted." For a player whose skill set has never been questioned, this renewed focus on fitness and longevity could be the final piece. Luca's not just rewriting his story, he's owning it. And if this is what his fresh start looks like, the rest of the NBA better pay attention. A fresh start that's turning heads across the league. Luca's new physique hasn't gone unnoticed. Photos and videos of his slimmer frame went viral within hours of his Jordan Brand appearance in New York, with fans, analysts, and even fellow NBA players weighing in. Some praised his dedication, others expressed disbelief of the transformation, and a few simply said what many were thinking: if Luca is now in elite shape, the league is in trouble. Former NBA players like Dwayne Wade and Jamal Crawford took to social media to applaud his commitment, while ESPN's Stephen A. Smith called the move the most serious Luca has ever looked in terms of preparing for a title run. Even LeBron James reposted an image of Donic with a cryptic caption, "Locked in." Internally, the Lakers are thrilled, not just with the physical changes, but with the leadership he's showing off the court. According to sources close to the organization, Luca has been one of the first to arrive at the Lakers training facility on most days, working with team nutritionists and strength coaches to build habits that will sustain him through the grind of an 82-game season, and hopefully beyond. J.J. Redick, who's entering his first full season as head coach, spoke highly of Luca's transformation during a recent press conference. It shows the kind of tone he wants to set, not just for himself, but for the rest of the locker room. He's embracing the responsibility that comes with being the face of the franchise. That's powerful. Luca's mental reset is just as big as the physical one. It's not just his body that's changed. Donic's mindset appears sharper and more grounded. Insiders say he's been more vocal during workouts, more collaborative with teammates, and has even taken a bigger role in mentoring younger players. His approach reflects a clear intent to lead this Lakers team not just in scoring, but in culture. He's not carrying the weight of frustration or regret anymore, one team source said. He's focused on what's next, not what happened in Dallas. And what's next could be special. With a revamped roster that blends experience and youth, the Lakers are looking to build something more sustainable around Donic. Free agent additions like DeAnthony Melton and the possible return of Al Horford bring defense, leadership, and playoff experience. Austin Reeves, still developing, is expected to thrive alongside Luca's playmaking. And if Anthony Davis stays healthy, the Lakers could boast one of the most dangerous duos in the league. The pressure, and the promise, of a new era. But with all eyes on him in the Hollywood spotlight, expectations are sky high. Donic understands the pressure that comes with wearing the purple and gold. He's following in the footsteps of legends, from Magic to Kobe to LeBron, and the fanbase is hungry for the next championship run. Still, this version of Luka Donic isn't backing down. He's reshaped his body, recalibrated his mindset, and redefined his purpose. More than just a new uniform, he's wearing a new identity, one built on resilience, self-awareness, and the drive to finally silence any lingering doubts about his greatness. So while the NBA gears up for another season, one thing is certain, Luka Donic is ready. Not just to lead, but to dominate. Luka Donic took a month off from basketball, for the first time in years. For many NBA players, especially international stars, the off-season isn't really a break. It's just a different kind of grind, often filled with national team commitments and non-stop basketball. That's usually been the case for Luka Donic, whose summers are typically consumed by his duties with the Slovenian national team, leaving little time to recover, physically or mentally. But this off-season was different. Fresh off a season that ended earlier than expected, and with no national team obligations on the calendar, Donic and his team decided to do something bold, take a complete step back. For the first time in years, Luka let go of the game that had consumed his life since childhood. According to Men's Health reporters Andrew Heffernan and Ebenezer Samuel, Donic didn't touch a basketball for a full month after the season ended. That wasn't easy for him. Right after he got his health cleared in May, I told him, no basketball for a month, said Luka's longtime performance coach Barrio. We literally put the ball away. The goal was to finally let his body fully reset, something he hasn't been able to do in years. And Luka resisted. At first. For a player who lives and breathes the game, being away from the court felt unnatural, almost wrong. But with time, he leaned into the process. Instead of drills and scrimmages, Luka threw himself into strength training and recovery work, rebuilding his body from the ground up. He also discovered something unexpected: fun. To stay active and keep his competitive fire burning, he took up padel and pickleball, sports that reminded him of his childhood back in Slovenia, long before basketball became his world. He played with friends, with coaches, and yes, he played to win. It was tough at first, Luka admitted. I can't go that long without basketball. But when I was a kid, I played all kinds of sports. It brought me back to that time, and I still hate losing. There were definitely some heated games. But I didn't lose much. This shift away from basketball wasn't just physical, it was emotional. After back-to-back grueling summers, including the 2024 NBA Finals with Dallas and a quick turnaround to Olympic qualifiers, Luka's body and mind were burned out. The one-month break gave him space to breathe, to reset, and to come back stronger, not just lighter and leaner, but sharper and more focused. A new body, a new mentality, and a new mission in LA. What started as a painful pause became a turning point. Luka used this off-season to completely transform himself, both physically and mentally, and it's all part of a bigger plan. Now in his first full season with the Los Angeles Lakers, he's made it clear, this isn't just about playing well. It's about winning. He wants a championship, and he's preparing like someone who knows it won't come easy. Those close to the team say he's showing up early, training with intention, and leading by example. And behind that effort? The inspiration of two icons who defined what it meant to prepare like a champion, Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. In his training sessions, Luka has channeled their intensity. He's studied Kobe's legendary work ethic, and MJ's relentless drive. And he's embraced the uncomfortable grind, the kind that separates the good from the great. He's locked in on another level, one Lakers staffer said. You can feel it. He's not just trying to be great, he's working like he already is, but knows that greatness demands more. Donic's commitment to this transformation has set the tone for the Lakers heading into the season. For the first time in a long time, he's fully rested, in peak condition, and mentally reset. And with the full support of a team ready to rally around him, he's not just entering a new chapter, he's rewriting the narrative entirely. For Luca Donic, this offseason wasn't about taking a break. It was about building something. And now, the rest of the league is on notice. Redick wants LeBron James to model his game after Davion Mitchell and T.J. McConnell. One of the most encouraging storylines from the Los Angeles Lakers Summer League was the emergence of LeBron James. The young guard looked far more confident and composed than he did last year, and the progress he's made since being drafted was clear for all to see. Of course, playing for the Lakers, and alongside his father, LeBron James, comes with enormous pressure. But despite the spotlight, Bronny has already shown glimpses of being more than just a legacy name. He's starting to look like someone who could carve out a real role in the NBA. And head coach Redick sees the potential. In fact, Redick believes that Bronny should model his game after gritty high-motor guards like Davion Mitchell of the Miami Heat and T.J. McConnell of the Indiana Pacers. According to ESPN's Dave McMenamin, Redick pointed to their relentless playing style as a blueprint for Bronny's future. The biggest thing for Bronny right now is getting into peak physical condition, Redick told ESPN. That's the entry point for him. If he gets there, I think he has a real chance to become a fantastic player in this league. Redick singled out Mitchell, 6 feet 2 inches, 205 pounds, and McConnell, 6 feet 1 inch, 190 pounds, not because they're stars, but because of how much they impact the game with heart, hustle, and consistency. Traits that don't always show up on a stat sheet but define long-term success in the NBA. On every possession, offense or defense, they're in the game. They make an impact with their intensity, Redick explained. With defensive pressure, with disruption, with the ability to get downhill. We've all seen flashes of that in Bronny. To take the next step, it's all about conditioning and endurance. That kind of intensity doesn't come easily. It requires not just skill but stamina. And that's where Redick believes Bronny still has room to grow. He's been cleared. And I get it, he's lived through something really terrifying, Redick added, referring to Bronny's previous health scare. It's not easy to push past certain milestones after that, but he will. He's going to get there. Bronny is building a body that can withstand the NBA grind. Aside from sharpening his cardio, Bronny James has been laser-focused on adding strength, and it's showing. Since being drafted in 2024, he's added noticeable muscle, allowing him to better absorb contact and handle the physical demands of the pro game. He now looks stronger, more durable, and more prepared to hold his own on both ends of the floor. It's a transformation that hasn't gone unnoticed by teammates and coaches alike. And if Bronny can continue developing his defensive instincts and bring the kind of tenacity Mitchell and McConnell are known for, there's a real path for him to become a valuable piece of the Lakers' rotation, even as early as his second season. Mitchell and McConnell may not grab headlines, but they've carved out respected long-lasting careers through toughness, reliability, and relentless effort. They're the kind of players every coach loves and every team needs. Redick believes Bronny can be that kind of player, maybe even more. For now, Bronny's journey is just beginning. But with a growing body, sharper mindset, and a coach who believes in his long-term value, the foundation is there. What comes next is up to him. And if he stays on this path, we may not just be watching LeBron's final years, we may be witnessing Bronny's rise. A developmental blueprint, not a shortcut. Redick's message about Bronny James wasn't just tactical, it was foundational. By encouraging Bronny to model himself after players like Davion Mitchell and T.J. McConnell, Redick is setting a realistic and powerful developmental roadmap. These aren't players who rely on flash. They've earned their spots in the league through relentless energy, smart decision-making, and the kind of effort that coaches trust in the biggest moments. For Bronny, who enters the NBA under a microscope most rookies will never know, this model offers something invaluable: clarity. He doesn't need to be a star right away. He just needs to play the right way, and play hard. The reaction around the league to Bronny's summer league improvement and Redick's comments has been cautiously optimistic. Multiple scouts and analysts have noted his advanced defensive instincts, lateral quickness, and willingness to compete on every possession. These are not glamorous traits, but they are the foundation of a rotation player in the NBA. LeBron's influence, but not his shadow. While the connection to LeBron James will always be part of Bronny's story, Both father and son have made it clear that Bronny is forging his own path. Redick echoed that sentiment, telling reporters during Summer League that Bronny is carving out his identity in his own time, in his own way. And teammates are taking notice too. Sources inside the Lakers organization say that veterans have been impressed by Bronny's work ethic, humility, and willingness to listen. "He's a sponge," one player said. "He's not acting like he's owed anything. He's just here to work." That approach is already earning Bronny respect in the locker room, something far more valuable than highlight reels. The bigger picture, long-term impact. The Lakers aren't expecting Bronny to suddenly leap into a major role in year 2, but there's a growing belief that he can become a key part of the team's second unit, especially on the defensive end. Redick has even hinted that Bronny's energy and pressure on the ball could help set a new defensive tone for the team, something the Lakers have lacked consistently in recent years. That role could grow over time. With LeBron in the twilight of his career and a need for young, hungry players to stabilize the roster, Bronny has a golden opportunity to become a culture setter. Not because of his last name, but because of what he's willing to do when the cameras are off. A promising sign of what's to come. Bronny's physical growth, mental maturity, and strategic path forward suggest this isn't just a feel-good story. It's the early stages of a legitimate NBA journey. While many rookies struggle to find direction, Bronny has been handed a compass, and he seems to be following it with focus and humility. Yes, there will be growing pains. Yes, there will be pressure. But if Bronny continues to lean into the identity Redick is building for him, tough, tenacious, team first, then the Lakers may have found a diamond that just needs time and polish. And as Redick said best, if he gets into peak condition, there's no telling how far he can go. Luka Doncic embraced two-a-days immediately after season, and he's never looked more locked in. When the Dallas Mavericks made the shocking decision to trade Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers, many were stunned. Why move a generational talent still in his prime? But behind closed doors, the Mavericks reportedly had concerns about Doncic's commitment to his body and long-term fitness, concerns they believed were holding him back from reaching his full potential. Despite being one of the NBA's brightest stars, Doncic had battled nagging injuries and was often criticized for not returning in peak shape, especially after last season's calf strain. But it seems the trade lit a fire under him. This off-season, Luka Doncic is a man on a mission. He's noticeably leaner in every photo and video circulating online, and the transformation isn't by accident. According to a Men's Health interview with performance specialist Andrew Heffernan, Doncic dove straight into a rigorous off-season training program. No hesitation, no breaks. He finished the season on April 30th, said Luka's nutrition coach, Barrio. By May 5th, he was in Slovenia and told us, "I want to start immediately." And he meant it. Luka began training twice a day, heavy lifting, mobility work, and on-court drills, with only Sundays off. The intensity resembled a Rocky-style reboot, but perhaps even more demanding was overhauling his nutrition. Fueling a 6 feet 7 inches point guard during a physical transformation is no small task. It's a careful blend of performance science and personal preference. He's 26, said Barrio. It's a learning process. But he's embracing it. At a time when most players are taking vacations and indulging in pizza and beers, Luka committed to a low-carb high-performance diet. That decision alone speaks volumes about where his mindset is right now. Lakers head coach J.J. Redick had challenged the team to come into this new era in elite shape, and Luka clearly heard the message. For a franchise transitioning from the LeBron James era to a new identity, Doncic has stepped up as the future, not just with his play, but with leadership through action. And here's the scary part for the rest of the league. Luka was already a top 5 player without this level of physical discipline. Now, the ceiling just got a whole lot higher. Luka expected to sign 4-year extension with Lakers. As if the Lakers needed more reasons to feel confident, reports indicate Doncic is expected to sign a 4-year contract extension as soon as he becomes eligible on August 2nd. The Lakers were always going to secure their new franchise cornerstone, but his renewed commitment to fitness and preparation only solidifies their belief that they made the right move. If Los Angeles is going to chase another championship in the near future, Luka Doncic will be at the heart of it. And judging by the work he's putting in, he's not just ready, he's hungry. This isn't just a comeback story. It's the beginning of Luka 2.0. A shift in mentality, and in the Lakers locker room. Luka Doncic's new approach hasn't gone unnoticed inside the Lakers organization. According to team sources, veterans and staff alike have praised his leadership and the example he's setting. One team official shared, "He's not just showing up in shape, he's setting the tone for everyone else. You can feel the difference." Teammates have reportedly been energized by Doncic's transformation. With LeBron James stepping away from his on-court role and embracing more of a mentorship position, the spotlight and responsibility has shifted to Luca. And he's embracing it with open arms. "You can tell this is personal for him," said one Lakers assistant coach. "The way he's moving in workouts, how he talks to the younger guys, the discipline in his schedule, it's like he's turned the page into a whole new chapter of his career." International influence and Olympic motivation. Part of Doncic's urgency this summer can also be attributed to his deep desire to lead Slovenia to glory in the upcoming Olympic Games. Training with the national team in his home country, he's been bringing the same level of focus to those sessions as he has to his Lakers workouts. The timing couldn't be better. With Olympic qualifiers looming and the NBA season not far behind, Luca knows this is the moment to elevate physically and mentally. "It's not just about being ready for October," said Barrio. "He wants to be elite in July, August, and every month after." And that kind of consistency is what separates great talents from true legends. Media buzz and league-wide reaction. The NBA community has taken notice. Analysts across platforms, from ESPN to social media, are buzzing about the new Luca. Photos of his leaner physique have gone viral, sparking debates about how dangerous he could be now that he's fully committed to conditioning. On NBA Today, Kendrick Perkins remarked, "If Luca's body is catching up to his skill set, man, the league better be on notice. This version of him might be MVP level from day one." Even skeptics are beginning to change their tone. For years, Doncic's biggest criticism was about his fitness. Now that criticism is rapidly becoming part of his redemption arc, and that storyline could fuel an unforgettable season. What's next for Luca and the Lakers? With training camp approaching and his contract extension expected to be finalized in early August, Doncic is poised to officially begin his new era as the face of the Lakers. And with his sharpened focus, physical transformation, and hunger for greatness, this could mark the start of something truly special in Los Angeles. The front office is already working behind the scenes to build the ideal roster around him, including talks of adding more defensive depth and another veteran wing. But one thing is clear, the Lakers now revolve around Luca. And from the way things are shaping up, he's more than ready for it. The question now isn't whether Luca can lead the Lakers to a championship. It's how soon. LeBron James shares early morning workout as he prepares for year 23 in the NBA. Few athletes in history, in any sport, have shown the kind of long-term dedication to their body and craft that LeBron James has. Now entering his 23rd NBA season at age 40, the Los Angeles Lakers star continues to defy time, setting the standard for excellence, durability, and professionalism. Just last season, LeBron played at an elite level across 70 games, finishing 6th in MVP voting and earning a spot on the All-NBA second team, a staggering feat for someone 2 decades into their career. While retirement has naturally been a topic every offseason in recent years, LeBron's focus remains locked in. And this week, he reminded the basketball world exactly why he's still here. On Monday morning, LeBron posted a video to Instagram, a raw, early morning gym session showing him back in the grind. No dramatic captions, no flashy filters. Just sweat, steel, and commitment. As shared by Ball is Life, the message was clear, year 23 is loading. A new era, the same king. The off-season brought plenty of speculation about LeBron's future in Los Angeles. Even after picking up his player option for the 2025-26 season, there were whispers. Would he stay with the Lakers as they retooled around Luka Doncic? Would he chase a better title shot elsewhere? But with moves like the acquisitions of DeAndre Ayton, Marcus Smart, and Jake LaRavia, the Lakers have reassured their fanbase, and LeBron himself, that they're serious about contending. The rumors of a departure have cooled. LeBron is staying. And now he's putting in the work. He's also coming off a knee injury that required extensive rehab, a challenge that might sideline most players his age. But not LeBron. Not even close. Seeing him back in the gym this early, moving well, training hard, is not just encouraging, it's inspiring. Luca and LeBron, a dangerous duo in the making. LeBron's commitment this offseason mirrors that of his new co-star Luka Doncic, who has undergone a complete body transformation, training twice a day and adopting a high-discipline diet. It's rare to see two generational talents, from different eras, showing this level of hunger simultaneously, but that's exactly what's happening in Los Angeles. And if both stars are locked in physically and mentally, the Lakers could be a real problem in 2025-26. Marcus Smart excited to learn from the king. One of the Lakers' newest additions, Marcus Smart, is also feeling the excitement of joining a team with LeBron. I mean, it's not every day you get to play against, let alone with, one of the greatest players of all time, Smart said. We all know his basketball IQ is off the charts. You feel it when you play against him. But now, to be on the other side, to see it up close and benefit from it? That's something I'm truly grateful for. Smart, a former Defensive Player of the Year, will bring a much-needed edge and leadership to the Lakers' backcourt, and like Doncic, he's ready to soak up LeBron's knowledge like a sponge. The legacy continues. As year 23 approaches, LeBron James isn't slowing down, he's doubling down. His work ethic, his leadership, and his desire to compete at the highest level are still unmatched. And now, with a new-look roster, a revitalized co-star in Doncic, and fresh motivation, the king is gearing up for another run. For those who thought his best days were behind him, think again. LeBron is writing one of the greatest longevity stories in sports history. And it's far from over. A statement beyond basketball. LeBron's early return to training didn't just send a message to his teammates, it sent one to the entire NBA. In a league where load management, shortened off-seasons, and recovery windows dominate the conversation, LeBron is up at sunrise, attacking another workout, preparing to face players nearly half his age, and still outplay them. Every time you think he might slow down, he comes back with something to prove, said an anonymous NBA executive. That video of him in the gym wasn't just about preparation, it was a statement. He's still chasing greatness. And fans noticed. Within hours of LeBron posting the workout clip, social media erupted. Hashtags like #Year23 and #WashedKing began trending, the latter a term LeBron himself once used ironically in response to doubters. This time though there was no sarcasm, just awe. Even rival players took note. Several younger stars, including Paolo Banchero and Anthony Edwards, reposted or commented in support, calling LeBron's longevity unreal and inspiring. The bigger picture, a legacy in real time. There's something uniquely powerful about watching a legend actively shape the final chapters of their story. LeBron's continued excellence isn't just about stats or highlights, it's about setting a new bar for what longevity and leadership can look like in professional sports. From entering the league as a teen phenom in 2003 to now mentoring young stars like Doncic and Smart, LeBron's evolution has been nothing short of historic. And unlike many legends before him, he's not simply coasting in his twilight years, he's still impacting winning at the highest level. As one ESPN commentator put it this week, we're not just witnessing a long career, we're watching a masterclass in how to extend greatness. A season of symbolism? The 2025-26 season is shaping up to be more than just another year for LeBron. With the Lakers' retooled roster, his knee fully healed, and a new generation of teammates eager to learn, this could be one of the most meaningful seasons of his career, especially if a deep playoff run is in sight. There's also the ever-present possibility of sharing the court with his son, Bronny James, who is now part of the Lakers roster. Should the two suit up together, it would mark the first father-son duo in NBA history to play for the same team, a milestone that would transcend sports entirely. "I'm not just training for me," LeBron said in a recent interview. "I'm training for something bigger. For legacy. For the people who believed in me 20 years ago, and the ones who still do." All eyes on October. As training camp draws closer, anticipation around the Lakers is building fast. With Luca Doncic in peak shape, Marcus Smart ready to add championship grit, and LeBron James more motivated than ever, this team is quickly becoming one of the most intriguing storylines heading into the new season. Whether this is LeBron's final run or just the next chapter in an unprecedented career, one thing is certain, he's not finished. He's just getting warmed up.